You can't believe it. Saturday night and little old me without a date. Sometimes the best girls are left out in the cold. Beauty can be so intimidating to a man. But don't worry about me. I'll find someone.
Spoiled, selfish, self-centered. This woman believes the sun should rise and set according to her needs. Her uncontrollable temper
Hey, my Halloween babes, welcome back to day 8 of our Halloween special. And today we're going to dive right into the mysterious and alluring concept of dark feminine energy. This isn't just a spooky Halloween topic, it's a powerful energy that any woman can harness to transform her life, elevate her self-worth, and command respect. Dark feminine energy isn't about darkness in a negative sense. Instead, it's about empowerment, sensuality, boundaries, and tapping into the hidden parts of ourselves. So, if you're ready to embody this unapologetic, powerful, and confident energy, keep watching.
Everyone and their mama is saying tap into dark femininity, but don't actually talk about how it forces you to change. And there's lots of emotional growing pains that aren't discussed. For starters, learning the principles of the dark feminine took my confidence and pushed it through the roof. If I'm being quite transparent, I used to be super insecure. However, when I started learning about dark femininity, it forced me to face why I was insecure in the first place. And once you face your insecurities, you become authentic, which is why dark femininity is so appealing, because every dark feminine woman is fully authentic in themselves and the things they do like about themselves and the things they don't. And with this came this new comfortability in my own skin, which I'm enjoying immensely. I also became pretty apathetic toward a lot of things. One of the toxic light feminine traits is actually being overly emotional. And that's why I say you can't have light without dark and dark without light, because it balances each other out. If you're living mostly in your light feminine, then that's great, that's wonderful, but you also might need some dark feminine traits in order to navigate life successfully and protect your emotions. I think a lot of times people see the dark feminine as this like magical, mystical thing, but it's actually something concrete that you can study. Just be prepared for your whole entire reality to shift.
Women don't realize that dark feminine energy is actually something you can activate. This is something that, for example, Marilyn Monroe used. You've probably heard this story, but if not, here's what happened. So Marilyn talked about how she could go out and just not activate any of this dark feminine energy. She would go around and no one would even recognize her. When she would consciously go within and activate this energy, all of a sudden everyone would come towards her. She would be recognized everywhere she went. And other people on this app have talked about this, but they haven't really told you how to go about doing this. And that, my darling, is my specialty. I feel like every woman needs to learn this, so watch the rest. If you're new here, I'm Lauren Sugihara, intuitive love priestess, and I'm a certified relationship coach. Number one, when you're ready to activate this energy, the first thing you need to do is tap into your feminine energy before you go to dark feminine. So you want to get out of your head. I want you to find somewhere to close your eyes. Imagine your brain dropping down all your thoughts from your head into your stomach. You'll notice openness and you'll be present in the moment. Check out my meditation bundle because I have actual meditations that help you do this as well. It's complimentary. Number two, now that you're in the present moment, in your feminine energy, what you're going to want to do is draw in that dark feminine power. Now, in order to do this, you have to go from being feminine and soft in the present moment to receiving and understanding that you are deserving and that everyone should be giving you that attention. In order to do that, you're going to pause and start telling yourself these things in your head. You can say things in your mind like, why is everyone so obsessed with me? Why is everyone staring at me? Don't they know it's rude? I know I'm beautiful, but why won't they leave me alone? Things like that. Asking the question is going to remove resistance from your mind to say like, oh, that's not true, or doubts, limiting beliefs, things like that from creeping in. And the third part of this technique is when people do start coming up to you, because they will, you don't want to act overly giving or overly appreciative of that attention. You want to simply stay detached and feel as though this is just normal. So when they try to help you with your jacket or things like that, just simply say, "Thank you so much." We don't want, "Oh my gosh, no, I've got it." None of that. Receive and stand in your power. Do this regularly, and you're going to get all that beautiful attention that every woman is deserving of. Plus, you're going to attract your ex that you're wanting back, your specific person, etc. You'll be irresistible. If you want to learn more, check out my profile under where it says Get Tools. You can also book a call with me or my amazing assistant, and we can go over things with you. I'm Lauren Sugihara, intuitive love priestess, certified relationship coach, and the big sister you know you need. Don't worry, biatch. I've got you.
Dark feminine energy is all about embracing your inner power in ways that society may not always celebrate. It's about harnessing traits like resilience, independence, self-respect, sensuality, and confidence without worrying about being too much. Think of dark feminine energy as unapologetically expressing your truest self, setting boundaries, protecting your peace, and saying no to anything that doesn't serve you. It's about letting go of guilt and shame and instead stepping into the powerful, mysterious, and magnetic energy that demands respect and admiration. This is an energy that says, "I know my worth and I will not settle for anything less."
To activate your dark feminine energy requires you to become selfish. And if you are the exact opposite of being selfish and putting yourself first, then this is going to feel very weird for you. As I assume that you are someone that goes with the flow, you're probably very understanding, you just give people grace and you give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, tapping into your dark feminine energy means that you have little to no time for the BS. I have a previous video where I talk about how when I was casually dating, I was not understanding at all. Because if you say you're going to do something, I expect for you to do it. And if you can't do it, I expect to be notified ahead of time. Go watch that video if you haven't already. So for an example, let's say that a man asks you out on a date, you don't like that restaurant, you probably would go with the flow naturally. However, being in your dark feminine energy means that you are going to speak and you are going to say, "No, thank you, I don't want to go to that restaurant. Do you have any other places in mind?" It really requires you to use the word no and be comfortable with using the word no. It means that you are not doing anything that you do not want to do nor feel comfortable with doing. It means that you do not care what other people think when you say no, as long as you are staying true to who you are and what you want and what is best for your future and a value add to you. It also means that when you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So this requires a level of strategy and a level of mindset just to say, hey, if I'm saying yes to this, what am I saying no to? Dark feminine energy can come off as very seductive as well. And if you do not have strategy and you do not understand how men think, then I highly advise that you start learning about that before you fully tap into your dark feminine energy. And dark feminine energy is what will protect you from dusties, users, and people that just do not have your best interest at heart. Because when your intuition taps in, then your dark feminine energy will say, okay, we already know how to navigate this person. And that is not just in regards to men that you are dating. This can be anybody. And lastly, it's always good to have a balance of both a light and dark feminine energies, because what one will get you, the other one won't, and vice versa. So make sure that you have a good balance of both.
Both Beyonce and Rihanna resonate as feminine, but one embodies light femininity while the other embodies dark femininity. And in this video, we're going to get into the difference between dark femininity and masculine dominant women. Light feminines are driven by intuition. Dark feminines are driven by passion. Both are divine, both are emotional, both are feminine. A light feminine may come off more graceful or soft, pure, receptive, empathetic, while the dark feminine may come off more transformational or passionate, seductive, creative, fierce. This is one of the reasons why Beyonce created Sasha Fierce. The difference between light femininity and dark femininity is just like being on the other side of the moon, the dark side of the moon. The light energy is what people normally associate with that particular polarity, and the dark energy just exists somewhere in the deep end. Both feminine, both watery, both masculine. We have light masculine and dark masculine. Light masculines are driven by achievement. Dark masculines are driven by power. Both can be light and vibrational. Both can also be wounded. And the same goes for light feminines and dark feminines. Wounding for light feminines may look like self-sacrifice or being passive. Wounding for dark feminines may come off like aggression or lacking receptivity. Wounding for light masculines may look like arrogance or being boastful or prideful. Wounding for dark masculines who are driven by power may be intimidation, manipulation, or anger. And everyone dips in and out of being in their light energy and in their dark energy. So a lot of times when people look up these energies on Pinterest or whatever, you see like a mood board of how you should dress or your look if you're a light or a dark feminine. And it's all rubbish. You're going to be one way in certain stages of your life and another way in other stages. However, masculine dominant feminines are still masculine in nature because they're driven by achievement and one time for that look or power. Whereas feminine dominant men are still feminine in nature because they're either driven by what they perceive as their intuition or how they're being guided or their creative gift. Feminine dominant masculines can be toxic. Masculine dominant masculines can be toxic. Feminine dominant women can be toxic. Masculine dominant women can be toxic. However, these two women, the dark feminine and the masculine dominant woman, are not the same. One is still driven by emotions, passion, intuition, feeling, and one is still driven by power, authority, status, achievement.
Dark feminine energy is the key to becoming magnetic to men. And here are 5 very simple ways to integrate that energy into your everyday life. Number 1, your movements. She moves really slowly, right? Her voice has almost like a melody to it. She's never in a hurry. She holds strong eye contact with men because she knows she is worthy of everything she desires. And she never feels inclined to fill a pause of silence with words. Silence doesn't make her nervous. She stands in her power. 2, dark feminine energy comes out in your appearance. This is going to look different person to person depending on what makes you feel the most powerful. But for me specifically, it's when I wear heels. Something about that noise when I enter a room, everyone's heads turn to look at me. I feel so powerful. Another thing for me is having my nails done. It's a lot less about the way it looks and a lot more about the energy. Something about these just have. It's just like so powerful. Also be harnessing darker clothing. Red is also a great power color. Red lips could be another one. Do some reflection on what kind of attire makes you feel the most in your power, like villain era. 3 is your mindset. Dark feminine energy has the mindset, it is a privilege to be in my presence. A lot of times dark feminine energy gets this bad rap because dark feminine energy is threatening to the patriarchy. And that's why they pushed a lot of women into their light feminine energy growing up so that they were the nice girl because that was easier for them to control. But as an adult, you can shed those layers and step in to your dark feminine energy. You can do this via affirmations. A few of my favorites are, to be loved by me is a privilege. I deserve to be treated like a goddess. I am worthy and I deserve to feel good. Along with this is to stop seeking validation from other people. The dark feminine energy seeks validation from within. So next time you want to call your bestie to have her validate how you're feeling, instead, validate yourself. Tell yourself the thing that you're seeking that other person to tell you. Sometimes it can also help to create almost like an alter ego when you want to step into that energy, because sometimes you identify so strongly with the current version of yourself that the new version of you feels really scary and different. So sometimes, even by giving your alter ego another name, you feel more comfortable stepping into that energy because it no longer challenges your current identity. 4 is boundaries. How you feel about something is king. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody. I swear to God, you guys, I'm in my I said what I said era right now. And it is so effing freeing. 5, the last one, is to be mysterious. Leave something to the imagination, especially with men. When you say something, add a little smirk so they wonder, is there something more there? Why is she smirking like that? Another great tactic is to look up at men from under your lashes. Also, add into the conversation some puzzling comments that make people ruminate on you after the conversation because you didn't just give them an open book. Obvious people are boring. They're very ordinary. Secretive, mysterious people, they're rare. They're intriguing to others. Getting to know them almost feels like being let in on a secret. And then you feel special when you get let into their world. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to schedule a one-on-one with me via the link in my bio.
Invite me to dinner, Frank.
What? Would you like to have dinner?
Women don't like questions.
Join me for dinner.
Too demanding.
Join me for dinner?
Another question.
I'm having dinner. If you'd care to join me.
Remember, when you're in your dark feminine energy, you're not trying to say, I want marriage. You're not trying to say, I want to be in a committed relationship with you. You're not trying to say, I want you to be my man and pay all my bills. You're trying to say, you need to earn me, impress me, and I'll see if I want to deal with you. And when I do deal with you, if I choose to deal with you, you will never forget me. You won't want to ever let me go. That's the energy that you need to be giving off. Not pick me, pick Misha energy, not I want to get married real quick energy, not 20 questions energy, not, I'm shy energy, but the energy is you impress me and see what happens energy. Okay. All right. What if you get a boyfriend that pay for your bills and there's other men looking like they pay bills too, what to do? Well, it depends on you. How dark of an energy do you have?
Okay, how to access your dark feminine energy. Number 1 is set boundaries firmly and fearlessly. Dark feminine energy thrives off self-respect and boundaries that are a part of that. Start by identifying what drains you and protect your peace. Say no when you need to and understand that no is a complete sentence. Number 2 is embrace your sensuality. It doesn't just mean in relationships, but also in how you dress, how you speak, and even in self-care. Sensuality is a part of self-love. Embrace every part of you, from your body to your mind, and celebrate yourself fully. Number 3 is embody mystery and keep some things private. Dark feminine energy isn't about sharing everything with everyone. Hold some things close. Be a little mysterious and give yourself time to reflect before sharing. This can add allure and keep people curious, but most importantly, gives you space to grow. Number 4 is use your voice. Speak up, own your opinions, and stand firm in your beliefs. Dark feminine energy doesn't shrink back. It speaks with authority. Don't be afraid to take up space. Ask yourself, what would I say if I wasn't worried about people's reactions? Then just say it. And lastly, number 5, own your desires without apology. Dark feminine energy doesn't hold back from what it wants. Whether it's a dream career, a healthy relationship, or a specific lifestyle, don't apologize for wanting more. Manifest it, believe it, and chase it without holding yourself back. As we are wrapping up, remember that dark feminine energy is about being confident in who you are, setting your standards high, and moving throughout the world without any apologetic sense of self. Embrace this side of you. It's fierce, it's bold, it's magnetic. Use it wisely and watch how it transforms your life and relationship. Okay, my Halloween babes, if you are feeling this energy, make sure that you subscribe, because the rest of our 10 days to Halloween series is bringing even more powerful topics. Comment below if you're ready to step into your feminine energy power. And did you know that you can join the Rich Girls Club on YouTube as a member? The link is down in the description box, where you can get perks for just being a member of the Rich Girls Club. So make sure that you click the link in the description box, and there you will find all of the perks that you will be able to get monthly just by being a member of this club. With that being said, my rich babes, I love you all, and I will see you all next time. Stay rich.